What
Hey,
episode
folks.
is this?
This is episode 6.
Oh,
good.
Can you believe it?
My unlucky number.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Folks, welcome to episode 6 of Roadless Travelerz. We are
Hickey.
Hoagie.
You guys call me Clyde.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we started this podcast a while back. Welcome back. Hopefully you've viewed our previous. And, we talk about life and we're trying to focus on small town stuff and everyday people. There's so many interesting people out there to talk about.
Everyday people, that's a song.
Everyday people.
Sly and the Family
There
Stone.
is
I like it.
something one who doesn't like the. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But anyway, we're broadcasting from, the song's gone. Small Town Startup Studio, podcast studio, here in Springfield, Tennessee. So welcome aboard, folks. We're going to start off with our sponsors. Our first sponsor for today's podcast is Cabin Firearms. They sell new firearms, pre-owned firearms, consignments, transfers. They'll do transfers for you as well, and ammunition, ammo. They provide their customers with the best place, product, and people, which means a lot. High quality service to the customers. They never treat a customer just like any other customer. Special service here. So anyway, go to www.cabinfirearms.com. Check them out.
That's great.
Really good stuff.
Good job, excellent.
Thank you.
I just love the name.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Say the
Cabin
name again.
Firearms.
Say it again.
Cabin Firearms.
Say it to the mic.
Cabin Firearms.
Cabin Firearms.
Thank you,
Bang.
Clyde.
Pick up a laser beam gun.
Thank you, Clyde. Our second sponsors are Hogan Enterprises. We sell baseball bats, collectibles, and we also sell old prints, old photographs of local stuff. Nashville. We've got a large selection of old photographs that you really enjoy. But some of the bats that we sell, Hickey, are we call blend bats.
I like that.
It's a blemished baseball bat. They've been kicked out.
Flawed like us.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
flawed like
they're
us.
flawed.
But yet special.
Gently flawed.
Yeah,
Gently
special.
flawed.
Still
That's
special,
right.
You
Yep.
still told Hickey. Can you tell me too?
Clyde, we sell blemished baseball bats.
Okay, that's good.
Which are bats that
I
are kicked out for
I was
Yeah.
listening in.
for a blemish, whether it be a little warp or a knot mark. But people make some great masterpieces out of these pieces of wood.
St. Louis Cardinals home plate, my favorite.
That's a good one.
So
Yep.
far.
Yep. So really, go to www.rhoganenterprises.com. Turn a mistake into a masterpiece.
Into a beauty, a
Right.
piece of,
That was
a
beautiful.
piece
Jumping
of
chair
art.
from a glass eye.
Yeah.
I like it.
Our third sponsor is Tommy Typical Publishing.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And Hickey, will you talk about that?
sponsoring this show.
Oh, well, got a few books out there. They make great coasters, door stops. Some people read them,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they become, I don't know, distorted for life. But Clyde and I wrote a book.
Collectibles.
Yeah,
Collectibles.
That's a way to look at it, yeah. We wrote a book together, Bungalows and Man Caves,
Semi-cool adventures of Hickey and Clyde.
yeah, semi.
Philosophy with a southern twist.
That's it, with a twist.
I like
You're
that.
the
Yeah, that's the
southern-
way I like, like a martini
Yes.
or anything
Yes.
else.
Oh, you make me thirsty.
I
Yeah.
know.
Anyway, and
Martinis don't quench your thirst.
Oh, they do mine. They do
I beg
mine.
to differ.
they don't hurt.
A good Cosmo, absolutely. Speaking of thirst,
Oh, there
my.
we go.
your
And
whistle,
I think
Janna.
that leads us into
Our
our
guest.
wonderful and beautiful guest here that looks better than all three of us combined.
We have our special guest here,
Yeah.
folks. This is Janna Landry, and she is a multi-talented person here. I'll tell you, she did a show with us a few years ago, Guerrilla Theater, right?
Oh,
Right, and it was a fun show. And as first I had met her, and her voice it's like an angel.
oh,
Yeah.
Like an
wow,
angel.
thank
It
you.
is.
Beautiful. But
My son would beg to differ when I yell at him, but that's
But Janna, what we do, we have we've built up a following, and our listeners they have these questions, don't they, Clyde? They have questions they want to know,
okay.
right? They want to know.
All right.
So it's kind of a little icebreaker, so you're not nervous. So we have 3 questions that we're going to.
And we're not nervous.
No.
Anyways,
I'm not.
So it'll be perfect because
Because you're not nervous.
you know, reel it.
I took a gummy before the show.
Oh, you did?
I'm in perfectly
You had
good
a
Why do
shape.
you think I
Why
emptied
didn't
the
you
Jim
share?
Beam bottle?
Why didn't you
Yes.
share? Why didn't you share those
We're
gummies?
very happy. Well,
What's your
because I wanted them.
What did you have? What did you say you had?
A gummy.
A gummy.
Gummy.
Oh, a gummy.
Yeah.
I got a prescription filled for 2 Valium the other day.
Oh, that's
I never
yeah, that
used them.
worked.
Oh, that's rich.
Yeah.
I
That's
never used
good.
them.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
for an
That's
MRI
good.
because the MRIs are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
and to make it easy. But
Oh, yeah.
I didn't take them because I didn't
You
want.
should have took them for the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
can I have them?
Can I
Give them to
have
me.
I'll
You have
pay
them
you
with
$10.
you?
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. I'll
Anybody that goes to the dentist, I'm out there. Do you want your codeine? Do you have a problem?
I'll text them to you.
Yeah. We,
But
yeah.
our-
Oh, yeah, right.
Our first question for
Yes.
our guest, Janna. You know, we all have nicknames. We got Hickey, Hoagie, Clyde. What's your nickname? Do you have one?
I have several.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
Well, but the one that's been with me, obviously.
Red Machine.
Yeah, the Red Machine. That was
like
my
that.
mascot in high school. Can't stop the Red Machine because our colors were red and
That's
gold.
what when the post for the Gorilla Theater
Yes.
poster.
That's right. I was the
you
Red
were
Machine.
Red
You
Machine.
were the
like
Red-
that.
And so,
Like that.
on
Yeah.
that note, my nickname
did
has
that.
always just been Red. Just
Red.
red,
Red.
or, yeah, big
love
red,
it.
red, because I'm tall. Yeah, I mean, just
I like
red.
it. Okay.
That's just a badass color.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
Red
is.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's right in
here's
your
what's
face.
interesting, you guys. Not that you would necessarily know this, being of the male persuasion, but red is the worst color for a redhead to wear. Because red hair really is more like kind of brassy, orangey, kind of, like bronzy.
Yeah.
And red, as you can see, makes redheads' hair look green.
Janna, one rule we
Look
didn't.
green.
One rule we didn't
Oh,
tell you.
I saw
I
it
don't
there.
like to talk about hair.
Hair.
Let's see. Wait, hang on. Hold that up there and see what color he turns.
Yes, that's right. So what color does your hair turn?
Let's see.
See?
It's like a daisy.
Yes.
It's,
like a daisy.
Like
But
dandelion, like a
truthfully,
dandelion.
red hair is not really red, is it? It's
No.
It's not.
No.
So when redheads wear, so all the fashion people will tell redheads, don't wear red. It looks hideous on you.
And they call reds gingers too.
Yes, gingers. Yes, they do. Gingers,
Yeah.
because that's really what the color is
Yeah.
more of a ginger. Anyway,
Yeah.
so my nickname is Red.
Uh,
It's always
okay.
been Red.
Our next pressing question.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Top or bottom?
Okay.
Toilet paper. Toilet
Oh,
paper.
God, I was going to say, geez, I was going to say,
Yeah.
well, sometimes doggy and
I
sometimes side.
told him over under. But you
They
want
want
to
top
keep
bottom.
it the other way.
Always top.
Oh, I like that.
Top.
Always.
Oh, I like
top?
that.
Oh, yeah,
Not
always.
underneath?
You like to be.
No,
you like to be in
because-
control.
Yes. Oh, is that what that means? Well, that doesn't surprise me, but yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's our third question? Do you recall?
Upper part.
No, I guess.
Shoes.
I guess.
Oh.
Shoes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Which shoe do you put on first?
Yeah, left or right?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Are you a lefty or righty?
I'm a righty.
You're right. Well, you
Yeah.
put on right.
And
Yeah.
left is my bigger foot, but for some reason I put on right. And maybe it's because it's more comfortable.
Wait a minute, you have
Well,
a-
one foot,
you have
well,
a bigger
one foot's
foot?
always bigger than the other, just like one
Wait,
boot
what?
is always bigger
Are
than
you
the
like
other.
the creature from the
One
Black
other
Lagoon?
thing is always bigger than the
You
other.
got one
that you
bigger
men
foot?
have. Oh,
I
always.
didn't know that.
You've taught me
Yes.
something about the boob situation.
Yes, the
I never
left
knew that.
breast
Wait
on
a
a
minute.
woman is bigger than the right because that's where her heart is.
Oh,
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
so oftentimes
Got
the
it.
woman
Well,
has.
it's not really a bigger breast.
Yeah,
It
that
just
makes
sticks
sense.
out more.
No,
Is that
it
what it is?
actually
no,
is.
that
No,
would
it's
not
fuller.
look right.
No, it's fuller.
No,
It's a little
it
fuller.
is.
Yes, it is.
It is
It's
fuller.
more perky.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
you guys might need to check that with
Yeah.
whatever situation. But
No,
I
I'm
mean,
getting. Speaking,
Yeah.
I'm getting where I need something, like a bro.
You got the
right?
man, they
Yeah,
call them man
Like from
boobs.
Seinfeld.
Man's ear.
Seinfeld.
Oh, you got
Man's
the
ear.
Man's
Yeah.
ear.
The George
Man's ear.
Costanza
Oh,
man. You need a man
Man
bra.
bra.
Oh no, Rob, you
Yes.
can't. No, please never.
Remember
wear
the
it.
episode where George is sitting at the table doing this?
Jiggling.
And Elaine finally says, after they stop him, it's like, we're filming something over here, Jerry says, and she's like, I can do that too, you know.
Now, Janna,
Yes.
we thank you for coming. You're a very interesting person, and we want to find out a little more about you. Janna, I understand you work for a magazine company.
Yes.
Is it Mad Magazine or what?
I
what is
wish it were Mad Magazine.
Field and
Alfred
Stream,
Newman.
right?
Alfred Newman?
Yeah, and I would tell you it's mad most of the time, as almost any media is in this day and age. Just
Yeah.
because there's so many platforms and so much
Right.
noise out there. But anyway, yes, Nashville Lifestyles magazine. I've been there
Oh.
almost since the beginning.
Wow.
A long time. I won't tell you because you might do the math. But
Yeah.
since the beginning, and it is the city magazine of Nashville. So
So you're not going to do the math. It was 25 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, is it an actual physical magazine?
It is
that
a
can
physical
hold?
print, beautiful magazine.
Wow.
Here's
great
what's cool
magazine.
about it.
Wow,
It
you
is a
don't
great
see that
magazine.
too much anymore, right?
No, and so I'll give you two reasons why I feel like we kind of have been able to stay the length, the long haul
Yeah.
compared to other cities.
Yeah.
Number one, we don't put anything in the magazine that is not Nashville content. And what happens is a lot of these other city magazines or magazines that are still trying to kind of stay relevant is they're going to pull in, like let's say for Nashville, they pull in something about Atlanta, something about Charlotte, something about Kentucky.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. You
we don't
wanna
give a
do that.
crap about all those other cities.
Right.
We
Yeah.
want people to know about Nashville,
You
especially.
gotta look at my old photographs of Nashville. It'd be perfect for you.
Yeah, look, if
Yeah.
you look on the Roadless Travelerz
Yeah.
YouTube page,
Yeah.
we've got a string of about 30 photos.
We'll have to check that out because
Yeah,
here's what's
check it out.
interesting. We do like to try to talk about the history of Nashville. We
Yeah.
all talked about this a little bit before the record button was pushed, but
Those were just some
Nashville
random
has
selections.
changed.
He's got a lot more.
I got
Yeah, but I-
thousands.
And I love that you do
And they're
that
mine.
because
They're mine. Nobody else owns.
well,
I got the original negatives.
that's
So,
fabulous
Yeah.
because Nashville, I will tell you, being an LA girl
Mm-hmm.
coming to Nashville in the late 90s and saying, I don't know that I can do this. There is not enough going on here. There's not enough, fair. There's not a blah, blah, all that crap.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
take that back in a heartbeat now just because Nashville has changed so much.
Oh, so
I
much,
watched it.
so
when
much,
you're
yeah.
in media and because we're the city magazine of
Yeah.
Music City and, the It City and all this crap, that
Yeah.
we've been listening to for how many years, you really realize it has changed drastically. I mean, it's, and we talked about this a little bit. I hate to say it, and I love Nashville, but it has lost its soul. The heart of Nashville
I
that
hear that
really,
all the time.
that was the pulse of Nashville.
Yeah.
Back when our little office at the magazine was on Demombrian in Randy Travis's hat store.
Oh.
We took that over.
yeah.
We
Okay,
took
I remember
his
that.
hat
Yeah.
store over on Demombrian where you could walk
Yeah.
down.
I remember that.
Half of our meetings were down, at the bar, like down the street, in the
Yeah, yeah.
afternoons. And it's just so different now. It's a high rise here and a parking lot there and
Yeah.
and
not the same.
it's
No.
I love that culinary has come here. And we are now considered a culinary destination. I love that, we're eclectic musically and all that. We've got the contemporary Christian and country and
Yeah.
all the stuff we have, Americana.
Yeah.
But a lot of what was the heart of Nashville
What
and
built
why
it,
Nashville,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
why Nashville
It's
was
gone.
Nashville
It's gone.
is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't know about it.
No.
The younger generations have no
They don't
idea.
get it.
Have
They
no
don't get
idea.
it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. it's
anyway,
sad.
all that to say, it's been a good education for me to
Yeah.
see how the city has changed.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of it, it's also a little bit heartbreaking that it's really
Now,
it's different.
I'm interested in the way media has changed over the years. I mean, we're big magazine guys growing up, right?
Sure.
And how things have changed. Most stuff has moved to online.
Yes.
How's that dynamic worked for you guys with the
Well,
magazine?
so we actually, the original owner of Nashville Lifestyles ended up having to sell just because we were growing and she needed to have support.
Uh-huh.
So we sold to Gannett, and Gannett is the #1 media
Okay,
company
yeah,
in
sure.
the world.
That
really.
helps.
Yeah,
that
the
helps,
world.
right? Yeah.
It helps, but also their struggle because they are a newspaper company and have been for 60 years, 50 years, 75 years. I don't even know.
Yeah, mhm.
I'm supposed to know that, but I don't. But they're having to transition to digital. So here, having sat in this space for 25, 30 years, even before that, I think you have to dabble in everything. I think being a smart mid-sized business has to have a lot of organic stuff still going on where you're touching the locals so that they trust you and believe in you, because that's a big part of your brand. You have to have trust. There's so many choices now that if you don't have honesty, trust, authenticity,
Yeah.
people are out the door. They're
Out
like,
the
you're
door.
not real, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
We're going to go
Yeah.
find somebody that is.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more about customer service now in your mid-sized businesses.
Gotcha.
So you have to dabble in, doing events or having something at your store or at your
Yeah.
business or reaching out to the community, being involved in charities.
Right.
You have to do social media. You have to have a little bit of content out there just to be relevant, because otherwise, the competitor's going to do it, and you're not. So you've got to have a presence online.
Pepsi and Coke.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like you got to do it because the other one does it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
And you got to find kind of a clever, cool, again, storytelling way. Now, that's the only good news is that you've got to bring in storytelling to your business. Like, what was your reason for this? What what drives you? That kind of your why. And then I do think you still should do print and traditional, either TV, print, radio,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and dabble in that. So I think it has. So the answer to that is it needs to kind of be well-rounded.
You gotta be creative.
You got to be creative.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys did a story or had a story, when you had Sumner Lifestyle magazine.
Yes.
On one of our people.
Yes.
Yeah, remember who that was?
You?
No, it was Mr. Hickey.
Mr. Hickey. Well, honey, yeah. Sumner Lifestyles wasn't my baby.
What the hell
that was it was Amy.
Yeah, you and Melanie were in that,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
No,
I remember
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it was
the article about him.
about you. Yeah.
Yeah. Was I alive?
Yeah.
So
Well, I believe you were. I believe you were, honey.
Yeah.
everything you said just hits home to me. But I'll tell you something else.
What's that?
Her involvement in the music aspect.
Yeah, enough talking about
Yeah,
work. Let's
yeah,
talk about
exactly.
some fun
That's
stuff.
my
I
job.
want to talk about what
Yeah.
she does.
Yes.
That's so freaking
Please.
cool.
Yes,
And
please tell us.
please tell us about it.
Well, I mean, my major and my passion when I was a little Southern California beach girl was always music and theater and acting and singing and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started really young in bands. I mean, my first cover band I was 13, but I was tall and I, had a little bit of, stuff up there. So I could lie and say I was 21.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say when I was 13. And so I got stuck in a band at 13 with a bunch of guys, and I was singing like, one pill makes you larger. I didn't even know what pills were. I was 13. I didn't even know what.
You learned quick, didn't you?
I learned quick, and they just slapped me up there, and then I just went to town. But so all that to say, I've always been really passionate about commercial music, and what it represents to people, like all the different genres and all that. And so I got into that, got into bands, did a little bit of the acting, and then when I got out of high school, my college at the time, the college that I decided to choose to go to, did not have a commercial music department. It was opera. So that's what I did.
Wow. Opera.
Wow.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my degree is in classical voice. I was a dramatic
Incredible.
soprano.
Wow.
So so I studied all that, and with that degree, you have to study a lot of language. I was fortunate enough to work with some really well-known voice teachers. Michael Kirchen and Jane Paul and Sue Roberts were just like the kind of the shit on the West Coast.
That helped you a lot, didn't it? Yeah.
It did, but we also had a band. Like Jane, my opera teacher, was this really fun, crazy 50-year-old crazy woman that like rock and rolled on the piano. So we actually had a cover band too. And she'd be like,
cool.
Jan, don't blow your voice out for your aria the next day, whatever. And that all got me started in and so once I graduated and moved to LA, I did the whole acting, a lot of TV, a lot of theater, but the main thing that I was passionate about was studio singing. And I got into Dick Grove music as a teacher. Mm-hmm. I was studying under a guy named Seth Riggs, who was kind of the biggest voice teacher of the 90s and 2000s. He worked with Madonna and Michael Jackson, everybody. Mm-hmm. And he was a very, very good voice teacher that took the operatic or some of those breathing techniques and moved them into the pop world and became a ridiculous superstar of that whole, how to teach pop singers how to be on the road for years and years. And I worked under him. So then I got into Dick Grove Music, which was a jazz kind of a music school. And that's what got me into more of the jazz stuff and just continued it,
So did you move to Nashville for your music?
Yes,
or what?
partly, but also
we all get here final way. Right?
My husband had a record deal with a band called Jagged Moon, which was a really amazing band full of LA musicians and singers. But when they moved here, it was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's when Nashville was signing all the hat acts.
Oh,
and they had no clue what to do with this big power band, which
Yeah.
now would be huge.
Yeah.
They were kind of like Restless Heart meets the Eagles.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
singers, all like shredding on their instruments, and it was just Nashville looked at them and went, "Oh, they're amazing." And the Nashville way is, they call it the Nashville no. Like if one label turns you down, then the other label goes, "Well, I wonder why they." At that time, there wasn't as much creativity as there is now with artists.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted to go, oh well, we're gonna sign all these hat acts, the Garths and the this and that,
Yeah.
George Straits and all those guys, Clint and all those kind of guys. So they had a hard time, they had a rough time, and it ended up not working out. So he ended up going on the road with Lee Greenwood for a long time.
Oh, cool.
But so we stayed.
So what are you doing now musically?
So I have I sing with my husband and some unbelievable musicians in a Toto tribute band. It's a really popular because
Not the dog.
No,
Toto.
No, not the dog. Toto, the amazing.
Toto was in the band.
Yes.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He's a percussionist.
What did he play? What did he play? Bone?
Percussion.
Percussion.
Bone.
Trombone?
He played bone. Ha ha.
Those bells.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one? Trombone, not trombone.
Yeah, was
The
Toto
bells.
originally sessions guys
Yes.
from the 80s?
They played in Steely Dan. They played on over 1,000
Wow.
popular from the 70s to the early 80s. They played on 1,000 hits. Steve Lukather played on so many Michael Jackson cuts, so many, they all played on so many and wrote so many hits. And then finally the label said, maybe we should, give you guys a deal. So
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool.
yeah, so we have a Toto tribute band, Child's Anthem, and we've been together.
Child's Anthem?
Child's Anthem,
They're-
yeah.
you can find them on
Yeah,
YouTube.
online. Yeah, we're everywhere. I mean,
Child's
online.
They're
Anthem.
really, really,
Child's
really
Anthem.
good.
Yeah, we've got a pretty over a million, followers and stuff.
You have gigs set up that you're going
we
to be
do.
playing?
We do.
They even
We-
do the recordings, a lot of them remotely, don't you?
Yes. Well, yeah, we do.
Most
where
of them
everybody does.
remotely?
Well, because all these guys are session players, so they all have studios in their houses. So they all do their part, and then we get a couple of them that are the mix masters, and they mix it, and then we throw it up on YouTube with all of us. If you go online, you can't miss it. It's just Child's Anthem, the
Excellent.
music of
Oh.
yeah, done.
Wow.
Very
So
cool.
we
We'll
tour
check it
that.
out.
And then I still do my first love, which is the fact I just did one last Saturday night. I still do jazz gigs.
Oh, you do?
Which
My favorite.
That's
Oh,
my
love
honey.
jazz.
That's my heart because that's
Oh,
where you
nice.
go. Especially being an educated vocalist and voice teacher for 100 years,
Yeah.
This is where a vocalist gets to go. Okay, I don't have to, even if it's my own music, I don't have to be within the constraints of an A, B, C, or a verse, a bridge, a chorus, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get to be like an instrument for a minute when you scat and when you sing.
Mhm.
Which is what makes it
How
fun for
cool.
somebody that's like a vocalist that's really a vocalist that
Yeah.
knows the voice and knows the instrument.
What venues are in Nashville that
Oh wow,
have jazz?
not a lot.
Not many, right?
No, not
No,
many.
not anymore.
Yeah,
That's gotta
not
change.
anymore. There's Rudy's, but even they don't do a lot of vocal jazz. It's almost all instrumental jazz.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Rudy's, and it used to be F. Scott's. You guys remember F. Scott's?
Oh, yeah.
That was a
yeah.
big. That was a big
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah,
with
oh,
jazz,
yeah,
but that's
right.
gone.
That's gone,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's gone
Yeah.
now. So
Sad,
again,
you know?
unfortunately, Nashville is not a jazz town, but you just kind of try to find your way and stuff.
Mhm.
So we still do some stuff.
Now let me change it up a second.
Yes,
We're doing a podcast. You
Yeah.
do a podcast,
I do.
right? Tell us about that.
I do. My partner is Jeff Cecil. He has a company called Pull the Chute, CHUTE, that he started about, 8-10 years ago.
Mhm.
He's been a business coach and an entrepreneur for years. And he and I met at a networking event like 4 years ago and just really hit it off. And we both have the same philosophy about business leadership, which is kind of what I parlayed into, about 20, 25 years ago in the communication stuff and the speaking stuff.
Yeah.
So all the expertise on the voice and how you emote as an actor and a singer also transitions to how can you be passionate and compelling when you're a business leader or
I
when
see
you're
that.
somebody that has to get up and convince people
Yeah.
to either invest in you or
Yeah,
your
yeah.
team, your
Yeah.
executive team to
Yeah.
know what the hell you're talking about, all of that. So
Yeah.
as that parlayed, I wrote a book about business communication.
Oh, you did?
And, yeah, and Jeff also has a book about the new leadership landscape, and we have kind of similar philosophies. So we have a podcast where we interview coaches, business coaches of all kinds.
Oh yeah.
And here's what's interesting, you guys. Everybody has a story. Like all these
Oh sure.
business people, either one was in the dregs in Afghanistan, and so they came up with their business, protocol, or this one was a cyclist, or this one lost, in something, and so they came up with this. So it's been a really interesting podcast for business, for people that want to understand like what a procedure is in growing a business or having the right leadership in place
Yeah.
too, especially nowadays because it's so different.
Oh
yeah,
sure.
It's so
absolutely, absolutely.
How do you get all this energy? I mean, you run a magazine, right? You perform
I don't run
with
it,
a
but I
band.
help.
Well,
I
yeah.
help it.
When
Come on.
Steve Brown was running for mayor in 2012,
Yeah.
Janna was part of the group of people that were
Coaching them,
co-
and
trying
coaching them.
to get him
When do
elected.
you sleep, Jenna?
So
I
that's
sleep.
what he said. Brown was said. He said something like,
So much energy.
I've never met anybody who's that busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
energy. Wow.
Talking
you're
about
blessed.
you.
Yeah.
You're blessed. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, but here's the bottom line, you guys. It all rolls back into and I'm going to say this just because it's kind of my little, when you get to be our age, it's like you find your little platform or your little kind
Yeah.
of, why were you put here? And my whole thing is, and I feel like we're losing it. The younger generations are losing it. And that is, I'm going to say, we have lost the art and the need to communicate, whether it's standing up and delivering a beautiful jazz ballad, it's acting on stage, it's being goofy and fun and comedic,
Yeah.
or it's a business guy getting up and going, I started this business because when I was 5, my story is this, and this is why I love making, biscuits, or this is why I love running a company.
That's interesting stuff, isn't it?
And it has completely been lost. It's very interesting. And so what I did is I went back and researched before I wrote my book, and I have another one in the works. Human beings are biologically wired. Our brain science, our biology, everything about us is wired to communicate face to face with our 5 senses. It is not on a digital, it's not on a device. It is not being isolated in a room and playing games or whatever it is. It is communal. It's this. And if we can't do that, we are screwed.
And that's great you say that.
We are screwed.
That's why we're doing this podcast.
Well, that's it.
guys?
Exactly right.
Yes, it's all about
You get rid of the this.
and that's okay.
Sure.
That's
Well,
okay.
it's a tool,
It's a tool,
but it's not the end game.
It's not everything.
And
Yeah.
it's not even we're not multitaskers. Our brain is not wired to be able to have all this noise coming into our brains.
Yeah.
It's messing with our actual brain chemistry. We are wired to have human conversations where
Amen.
the
Yeah.
ears, the eyes, the voice, and the heart
Yeah.
are all.
The younger generations can't communicate.
Well, that's it.
They cannot
That's it.
communicate
So
in
that's
person
That's right.
with people these days. It's sad.
And
The show
so,
The Nether, remember the show The Nether?
yes,
Was all, I mean, they handed out the programs. There were no programs. Everything was on your device.
on your device.
You go to your device, you want to see who's in the show.
Uh-huh.
Just read their biography.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Because
Yes.
The Nether was shot. The Nether happens in the future. When
Yeah.
There's a lot more. The Nether is what you used to call the internet.
Yes.
And it's so there was a lot of virtual reality or virtual stuff.
Well,
That was what the story.
Interesting.
The
Disturbing.
the
It's
Tennessee parks,
disturbing. It's
the
disturbing.
Tennessee park system has said they're not going to allow AI on their website because people go into parks and saying that's not even a damn park.
That's it. That's
So-
it.
Are you
So,
serious?
so what I'm saying is, this girl is right on target.
Oh,
Well, and
yes,
here's what I'll tell you
yes,
guys. When
you're
I
right.
do my podcasts, because we are interviewing business coaches, I would say 1 in 4 or 5 people that Jeff and I interview, and we do 6 of these a week. We are 4 months out in putting these podcasts up. We've been doing it for 3 years.
How do we find you?
We've done it's just called Pull the Chute.
Pull the chute.
Pull the
C-H-U-T-E.
CHUTE. So this
Yeah,
is
pull
a
the chute.
sweet story.
Hit the ground before you
Yeah,
pull that
that's
sucker.
right. He said his whole thing is, when I was 40, I skydove, and I realized at 60,000 feet, I thought I was going to die. And then at 15,000 feet, when you pull the chute, suddenly I was able to see things. And he says that's how I run our business.
Yeah.
You've got to understand that you got to take a minute and pull the chute
love
and
that.
just look at everything. It's a
I
really
love
cool
that.
concept. But all that to say, a lot of these AI people that are on, that we're interviewing, that are AI experts, are saying, this is not meant to take over the human connection.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a bunch of data. That's all it is. So it will never take over the human connection. The problem is the people that don't really understand it are taking advantage of it, or trying to make it take over the human, job or the human. So here's my opinion after interviewing people and being in business as much as I have. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have so much litigation on, guess what, guys? We're not letting AI do this. Like, we're not letting AI come into the park systems. We're not letting AI come into entertainment. If you write a song, you've got to prove that you have, the film or whatever, that you
it's
3 sat
yours.
down
Yeah.
and wrote the song
You've done it.
organically instead of So I think we're going to have a lot of shit happen in the
Probably.
next 5
I think
years
you're right.
with AI.
So
I know
Because
one
everybody's
thing.
confused.
On this show, a lot of shit will continue to happen
Yeah.
as we go down that road.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
thanks for coming. Will you come back?
Oh, heck
Oh,
yeah.
please do,
Heck
Jen. We
yeah.
enjoyed it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
It's been fantastic.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
And folks, sad to say, we've reached the end
Of the
road.
lollipop? Oh, sorry. When you come to the end of the
road.
lollipop.
We've
I
reached
like
the
that.
end
Is
of
that
the
lollipop flavored with
Yeah,
Jim
apple?
Beam apple?
I wish.